Tyler had them all perfect. All the way. Show you his bracket. No fluke. All my red circles are right. He had them all right. He picked the final four. And then that was the end of it. He went nowhere after he got his 16 points. That was it for Tyler.
That's all I needed.
What?
That's all I needed.
That's all he got. He got his 16, and he was done. He looked the rest of us in the dust, in the rearview mirror, and he was done. So, we'll honor Tyler first. Let's honor all of our past winners who happen to still be here. If they're here, raise your hand. First year winner was Larry Stevenson, Laurie Rich, Pam Graff, Karen Rizzuti, Cheryl Cox, Stacy White. Cece went from winner. Brittany Johnson, Chad, Terry Steelman, Michelle Hunt from last year is going to come and help us crown the Wizards Trophy. All right. Tyler, come on up. This is a tough moment, guys.
I just need a few moments. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here together to mourn the passing of the 2013 Sweet 16 crown. However, we have hope of a glorious rising and a new winner who will wear the 2014 Sweet 16 crown with the honor and majesty befitting the proud and magnificent symbol of championship.
Texas Roadkill.
I do have a few prepared remarks I'd like to share. People, since they found out about my bracket, my perfect bracket up until the Final Four, they've been calling me Mr. Perfect. It's not a term I'm not that unfamiliar with. My wife calls me Mr. Perfect all the time, but it's usually in a different context. Usually like, well, aren't you Mr. Perfect? If you go to Wikipedia right now and you look up the word perfection, you have to scroll down quite a ways. But you'll see a picture of my bracket. I have a little headshot there. Now, I may or may not be an editor for Wikipedia, but that's a different story. Some say, well, you picked the first two rounds perfectly. And, that's a pretty good achievement, right? When you look at it statistically, it's just as difficult to pick all winners as it is to pick all losers. So when you take into account my first two rounds with my last two rounds, that's a statistically perfect round.
We're going to have some rebuttal.
Hopefully there are no statistics teachers in the room. I've been asked, how did you make your picks? You either must be extremely lucky or have some sort of insight or something. Now, I definitely am a very lucky man. One look at my wife, you'll know that I'm a very lucky man. But honestly, my picks just came to me. I'm not even kidding. But I've been kind of preparing my whole lifetime for this. This is the very first time that I've ever filled out a bracket. No joke. But I've been developing my psychic abilities for basically my whole lifetime. I just have a few examples. For instance, a few years ago, you know the game where you say you choose the hand, choose which hand. I successfully predicted which hand my friend had like 8 or 9 times in a row. That's no joke. I watched this movie the other day, and it's called Titanic. Spoiler alert, I predicted, I kind of knew it was going to happen, but the ship sinks. But these ones are actually true. A couple of nights ago, my wife and I were watching Castle, and I successfully predicted the amount stolen by the bank robbers. Just last night, we were watching The Mentalist, and at least 30 seconds before it was revealed who the real murderer was, I guessed who it was. I can actually kind of read some of your minds right now, and you're thinking, man, I wish I had his good looks and wit and his life, actually. I could go on and on about examples of my abilities, but I'll cut it short there. To get a little philosophical about the definition of perfection, I've got a little bit different definition of what that means. Part of it, one definition is just getting the job done. When a pitcher pitches a perfect game, he doesn't pitch all strikes. And I didn't necessarily pitch all strikes, but I did get the win. I'm 1-0, baby. It's like many of the greats, like Barry Sanders and Michael Jordan, I'm retiring. I'm going out at the top. I don't want to turn into a Stacy and go way down to the bottom. So, sorry to let you down, but I'm walking away. We're going to let the legend live on. I'll be giving autographs and headshots out in the hallway afterwards. So thank you very much.